Happy St. Patrick's Day! Is everybody wearing their green today? Huh? We've always celebrated St. Patrick's Day like, most Americans, but did you know that green wasn't always the color to represent St. Patrick's Day or Ireland? It used to be sky blue. I did a little bit of research just to find out a little bit more information. Admittedly, I never really knew too much about St. Patrick's Day, so green didn't come into the picture until I think it was 1641 when the Great Irish Rebellion started. Displaced Catholic landowners and bishops would wear green and rebel against the English crown and the Protestants from the north. And that's actually where the green came from on the Irish flag. So you have the green that represents the rebellion or the Catholics, and then the orange that represents the Protestants, and then the white in the middle is supposed to signify the unity between them both. So anyways, that's your history lesson for today. I think Story and I are going to, I know we have to go pick up groceries, and then we're going to try to make an Irish dinner. Obviously, I'm vegetarian if you didn't already know that, so it's not going to be true Irish, but it's going to be our version of it. We're going to put our little twist on it as usual and see how it turns out. We might have a few more sweet things planned. I'm not really sure. I haven't planned out the entire day yet, so we're just going to kind of wing it and see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky and catch a leprechaun today. In the car, heading to get our groceries. I'm surprised I can even see out of my windows right now with all the pollen. I mean, it hit overnight, because 2 days ago it was not this bad. And then yesterday morning I woke up and everything was just yellow. Hi, I have a pickup for Marler.
Hey, be right out.
Thank you. This is the best way to grocery shop without having to grocery shop. Just put in your order on the app and then pick a time to come get it, and it's only $2 extra. This is for Harris Teeter, and I think that's only in the South, but I love Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter and Publix, those are my go-tos. I did get some beer, so she might need my ID. Let's see if she does her job. Here they come. Got our groceries. She did not check for my ID. I gave it to her anyways, but she didn't ask. So it's a good thing I'm not a cop. We are back home, so we're gonna unload real quick. I might give you a little quick grocery haul, and then we're gonna get back in the car and go find some other treats. Here's what we got today. It's a kind of eclectic combination of things, but we needed some eggs, so you always have to have those. Got some carrots, some green onion, all these potatoes. I don't honestly know what I'm gonna do with this many potatoes because they're not keto friendly, but I kind of felt like it was necessary for the thing I'm gonna make tonight. Bananas, always have to have those on hand. Some kiwi for Story. Got some cabbage for the dinner tonight. Fruity Pebbles because rainbows. Blueberries, we have to have these for her breakfast. And then this I'm a little nervous about. All you Guinness fans are probably like, ooh, that looks good, but I'm not a huge... I just don't drink much in general anymore after... I don't know. I just drink less and less, I feel like, every year. But I felt like, okay, it's St. Patrick's Day, so I probably need to have some Guinness. And then there's a recipe that I'm considering making that requires a bottle of it, and you can't just buy one, so I got a 4-pack. And then I was like, when I was trying to figure out which one to get, I had no idea because they had different kinds of Guinness. Who knew? This one foreign extra stout when I was trying to read the notes or whatever the flavor was supposed to be. I was intrigued by this because it says intense notes of dark chocolate, caramel, and dried fruit. Sounds good to me. Let's see if it actually tastes like that or not. And then, never heard of these before, but chips flavored by Guinness. We'll see what those are like. Had to get some Irish butter, some cooking butter, and then some spreadable butter. And then we have Irish cheddar because yum. Sour cream, heavy cream. These were on sale, buy one get one free. And then I got some Beyond plant-based sausage because I'm gonna attempt to do a bangers and mash, or a version of bangers and mash with these. I know it says brats, but honestly these all taste the same. So yeah, that's everything. Hopefully out of all of these things I can make something for dinner tonight that is sort of Irish. Truthfully, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. If you're Irish, please don't get offended. Please don't judge too harshly because I'm gonna do my best here. I'm an American through and through, so we're gonna try it just to get into the spirit of Irish pride, and I'll let you know how it is. Here we go again, on our way to get some donuts. My hair's looking especially red outside, but I think partially it's because of the green that I'm wearing. I haven't had my hair done since, let's see, I think it was August when I went last, so it's been some time. It's been at least 6 months now. But when I first got it done, it was super duper red. I've always been blonde, or like balayage, or, you know, just highlights for the most part. But I decided to go red some time ago, just to see if it would look good on me. And I liked it for a while, but I will say it's kind of hard to maintain because that color just washes out so quick. But my husband has a thing for redheads. Merida from Disney's Brave, to be precise. He loves her hair, that curly, kinky, red, long hair. Mine will never be that curly, but I attempted to get sort of that color. He also likes Jessica Rabbit from Roger Rabbit. Who is your man into? Because even if you're married, your husband or your boyfriend, whoever, had a thing for somebody at one point in his life. Was it a cartoon like my husband? Yeah. Or was it a real person?
Yeah.
We're at Duck Donuts. These are all the yummy ones we can get. I think we need a Lucky Charm one. There are way too many choices here. Look at the rubber duckies. We're making donuts in there. Look over here. That one story. Okay, how adorable was that place? That was the first time we've ever been there. I know this is a chain, but I'm pretty sure it's, you know, mostly along the East Coast. This was our first time. This is the only one in Charleston, so I think it's pretty popular. But they weren't too busy this morning, which was awesome. I want to show these to you guys, but I don't think I can get this open right now, and I think if I did, it'd be a disaster. So we're just gonna wait till we get home. But look, the cute little duck. Story picked this one because it looks like Daddy in his little uniform. We are back, and Story just finished her lunch, so now we're gonna have dessert. And we picked the strawberry cream with Lucky Charms and marshmallow drizzle. See that? And these are the cake donuts. They're not the yeasty ones like Krispy Kreme. They're like that kind of like more dense cake texture. Did you take a bite? She's happy. This is probably the worst thing you can give a 2-year-old before nap time, but it's magically delicious. This is a child's breakfast dreams right here, isn't it? Now, I will say though that whenever we got these, they were warm whenever they handed them to us, but they're not anymore, which is fine. I mean, they're still good, but if you want them at their absolute like peak deliciousness, I would eat them right away. And then the cereal on top, it's not as fresh as if you open a box of cereal and pour it out. It's not that fresh. It's not as crunchy. So you can take that into consideration too, but it's still really, really good. We normally go to Krispy Kreme for St. Patrick's Day and just get their green glazed donuts, which I feel like that's just a whole nother category of donut if you want to get technical, because I mean, you can't compare a cake donut and a yeasty like Krispy Kreme donut. They're just two separate worlds. We still love those, but this year we just decided to do a little something different and go with a place that we've never been to before. And I'm glad we did. So when we finish our donuts, I think Story's gonna go down for her nap, and then I'm gonna get started on this Irish dinner that I'm actually super nervous about because I really don't want to mess it up. Like I said this morning, this is going to be our interpretation. We have to put a little spin on it because we're trying to stay low carb. I mean, we already ruined that today, but you know, we might as well balance it out with a low carb dinner, but I think it'll still be good. Well, it's time. I'm gonna make an Irish dinner, or a vegetarian Irish dinner. I have my water boiling back here. This is gonna be for my COLCANNON. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think I am, but I don't know. But basically, it's supposed to be mashed potatoes and cabbage, or you can use kale, and it's just like butter and salt. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna make it with cauliflower instead of potatoes to cut down on carbs, and then I'm gonna use that for my bangers and mash. Follow me? So my bangers are gonna be my little Beyond sausages, and when those are done, I'm gonna have those sitting on top of the COLCANNON, and then I'm making a Guinness onion gravy to go on top of everything. Does that sound very Irish? I also have some russet potatoes, so I'm gonna make mashed potatoes as well, just to have, and I think Story likes mashed cauliflower, but you just never know sometimes. She might like the potatoes too, so I'm just gonna make both. I'm gonna start out making this COLCANNON, this little cauliflower back here. It says all I have to do is put the whole thing in the boiling water for 10 minutes, and then when it's done, I can just peel it apart really easy. I've never done it that way. I usually piece it up and then put it in there and just drain it. But I'm gonna do what the recipe says and see how it goes. Okay, see, now I don't know, because when I'm looking down here at the instructions, it says bring the pot of water to a boil, add the cauliflower, but on the ingredients it tells me it wants it chopped. 36 ounces of cauliflower chopped. So do I chop it or do I throw the whole thing in? Because up here in this, like, you know, Lifetime movie of a story, it says to put the whole thing in. How to make it. Okay. Boil a pot of water and add cauliflower. Boil it for 10 minutes. When it's done, you can break it apart with a fork. What do you want me to do, recipe? Okay, I'm chopping it. That's cooking now. It has to boil for 10 minutes, so while that's doing that, I'm gonna chop up my cabbage, and then it says to saute some butter. Saute butter. Melt butter and saute the cabbage. I think I'm only gonna do about half of this cabbage head. My cauliflower is just about done. I poked it and it feels tender, but I think it needs maybe like another minute or two. But while that's finishing, I have a tablespoon of my Irish butter melting, and I'm gonna add in my cabbage. The recipe did say that you could add onion and garlic and use ghee instead of butter. I'm just using the butter, but I am going to use some onion. So here's some onion. Hopefully that'll give it a little bit of an extra flavor. I think this is looking pretty good. I just used the back of the spoon to kind of mash it all in together. I added the rest of my butter, which was like maybe 3 more tablespoons. And then I'll just add a little bit of salt and pepper to this and kind of mix it up, and that's that. Now that that's finished, I can go ahead and make the onion gravy. So I went ahead and just chopped up these onions off camera because I've had this thing in the last year or two where I mean tears pour out of my face whenever I cut onions. So if I did it while filming, I would just be crying the whole time. So I'm gonna put those in the skillet with some butter, saute them, and then I have to add all these other ingredients to make this sauce. And then it just basically simmers for like 20 minutes. So now my gravy is just sitting here simmering. It needs about 20 minutes. But I'm wondering if I could just put my sausages in there with the gravy as it's simmering, or is that gonna mess up the gravy? Because really all the sausages need to do is heat up. You don't really have to, you know, cook them because they're not really meat, they're just plant-based. So I don't know if I should, but it would save me time. Okay, maybe not. I don't want to ruin the gravy because that's kind of like the main like flavor of this. So I'll leave it alone. When it's done, I'll put it in a container and then I'll make the sausages separately. Look how bubbly it's getting. It smells really good, you guys. All right, the texture on this is looking freaking phenomenal. Like, this looks and smells so good, you guys. I can't even explain it in words. I'm way more excited about this now than I was. Okay, I'm gonna take it off the stove, put it in a container, and get my sausages going. I just tasted this gravy, and it is so good. If you guys take anything from this video at all, like, ignore the cauliflower, ignore the cabbage, ignore everything, ignore the donuts. Make the gravy, and I'm gonna link it down below so you can get the recipe where I got it. It's so good. And I'm a vegetarian. Now, I will say, if you are like a strict vegetarian and you don't, you know, if beef broth is gonna be a thing for you, you could probably substitute that for veggie broth. Honestly, I don't think it would make that big of a difference because there's so many other things in that gravy. The Guinness really stands out. There's like Worcestershire, there's mustard, there's all kinds of other things in there that really add to the flavor of this gravy, so I'm telling you, it's a good one. Time for these bangers. Let's get them banging. Couple of rotations on here and they should be good to go, and then we'll get everything plated. Finished and it smells heavenly. It may not be the prettiest thing, but I'm telling you, the smell will just make you salivate because it smells fantastic. I'm gonna try the COLCANNON first. I wanted to try this without the gravy on it first, but then I already poured the gravy all over it, so it's fine. This is delicious. This is way more flavorful than I ever thought it could be. This is really good. Am I Irish? Because, I mean, I could live on this. I don't even need the banger. I just need the gravy and the COLCANNON and I'm good. I'm gonna be curious to see if Story likes this. I'm gonna let her try it on the side before I just put it all over her plate. But she's usually pretty adventurous with her flavors, so she might like it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my lunch and then get the kitchen cleaned up. That way, all I'll have to do before Story wakes up is just boil her potatoes, and then she'll be set for tonight for dinner. Story's awake. She had an extra long nap today, so I think you're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna try these chips that I found at the store. Who knew Guinness made potato chips? Not me.
Not me.
Not you either. This is a product of the UK.
A cookie.
Manufactured by Bert's Snacks. So it says, this is a love story like no other. The meeting of the world's most famous stout and the world's finest artisan chip. And one mission to take taste buds to new extremes. Combining their expertise in craftsmanship, Guinness and Bert's Chips set out to create the ultimate snack in a pack. Hand cooking quality potatoes to crisp perfection before evenly seasoning with a rich blend of Guinness flavors. The result is a mouth-watering chip with a bittersweet flavor of this iconic Irish stout. But first, Mommy's gonna try this Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. This one scares me. This is what I made the gravy out of. This is Tim's bottle opener. Okay, cheers.
Not this.
Hmm.
Look behind this.
No, ma'am. You got 19 years till you can try this. It's not bad. It's not as heavy as I was expecting it to be. I'm a very light
No,
beer drinker,
baby.
so anything I've ever had has been like pale ales and Bud Lights and Michelob Ultras, that kind of thing.
Look behind this.
You want to try a chip?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, this one. Big one.
That's a big one. This feels really weird giving a 2-year-old a Guinness chip, but like obviously these are not alcoholic. It says suitable for vegetarians. That's good to know. I don't get a ton of Guinness flavor. Do you like it? You do? It's not bad. I like the crunch. It's not quite like a kettle chip. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what it's dusted with either. It's not too terribly salty either. But it is a little salty.
Look at me.
You want another one? It says that this is brewed with generous hops and roasted barley for a full flavored taste of dark chocolate. I do taste like a bitter, kind of a cocoa-y taste. Dried fruits and caramel. I'm pleasantly surprised. I probably wouldn't drink this very often. Probably once a year for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, if somebody put this in front of me somewhere, I would drink it. I'm gonna take this video full circle and end it right where I started it. The lighting is not as good as it was this morning, so I apologize for that, but it's about 11:45 p.m. right now. I think we had a good day today. We made a lot of food, had a lot of snacks, but I mean, that's what we do, so it's fine. Story ate dinner, and she actually ate everything on her plate. Remember I told you that I was gonna put her, I was gonna put the gravy on the side for her just in case she didn't like it. She ate it all. Cabbage, cauliflower, mashed potatoes, some of my plant-based sausage, and the gravy. She ate it all. And then I gave a couple little to-go containers of it to my neighbors they just got home from the hospital. They've been there for, it seems like it's been a couple weeks, but so they were super happy about that and thankful. Yeah, it was a good night. It was a good day. Pleasantly surprised again by a lot of the things we tried. The Guinness, it's still not my favorite thing. I didn't actually finish that whole beer that I started. It is super bitter for me. The potato chips, going back and forth between the chips and the beer kind of helped, but there's intense flavors, and so it was just a little too much for me. So yeah, I went back to water, and then Story and I had another donut to end the night, and it was great. I think that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. I'm pretty tired and I can't make words anymore. I'm gonna save my project. Probably gonna finish editing this video tomorrow. You guys will see it tomorrow, but I'll get it done probably, I'll finish it up during her nap time, so you'll probably see it in the later afternoon. I hope everybody has a great St. Patrick's Day. I've got 2 little kitty cats here that are just waiting for me to go to sleep. They just can't hang. Alright, good night everybody. I'll see you later this week.